Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. It's Sleepy Reader, Damien. I'm kind of bombarding my feed, relatively speaking, with videos, but that just happens to be what I'm doing right now. So this is just my Wednesday pickups. I actually spent 5 minutes trying to decide whether to get this or not. I put it back on the shelf several times. Most of the copies were the Looney Tunes variant, which I did not want to get. But I wasn't even sure if I wanted to get this issue at all because I disliked the last two issues. So I did get it. Will this be the last issue I get for a while of Snyder Batman? I don't know. It kind of makes sense to stay until Capullo goes, but I'm really on the edge. We'll see. Nice cover. Cool. I did choose the Looney Tunes variant of Starfire. It seemed to be the better cover, and since this is a book that I may be reading with my daughter, it seemed more fun. However, last issue got a little too creepy for my daughter, and we did not finish it. I finished it by myself, so I might be the only one reading this issue also. I'll have to pre-read it to see if I think it'll be okay for my daughter. This is Snow Queen flying over the streets of Paris. I got Batman Eternal. I hear this is a good issue already through the miracle of Twitter and the internet. So I'm psyched for that. It's a Tinian scripted issue, and he seems to be the person to write Batman and Robin Eternal and to write Batman Eternal. I got 8 House number 5. At least it's the second part of the previous story, because before that we got, with number 3, we got part 1 of a story and then it disappeared. I don't know how long they're going to stay on the Yoris storyline. They also have a 4th storyline to introduce. And as discussed before, it's looking like these are not a shared universe, really. They're just calling it a shared universe, and are just 4 disconnected stories that trade places in this comic book for which is for no discernible reason called 8 House. I did like yours, part 1. We'll see how long my patience lasts with 8 House. Another book that's on the edge. Just nothing wrong with most of the series in it, but nothing that knocks my socks off. Snow Queen number 3. You might see all of these covers actually were influenced by covers of Captain Marvel, the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel. There's Birthright. This is definitely one of my top books. Someone a while ago, I can't remember who anymore, was asking me what are the good fantasy comics out there right now, and Birthright is one of the 2 best fantasy comics currently running. By fantasy, I mean, sword and sorcery and all of that stuff. Airboy. I'm going to be sad that this is the last issue. It took a long time to come. I wonder if it sells well, whether they'll do some kind of encore to this. I think it has been selling well. Anyway, I'm really psyched to read it. The good part about a short run book is there'll be more room to pick up other books because there's so much good out there. And speaking of good, here is, I'm very fickle, so it changes all the time, but here is what I'm currently thinking of as my favorite book in my pull list every month, Autumn Lands number 7, and it solidified it even more when I was at the convention and heard Kurt Busiek explain that it was inspired by a combination of Commandy and Jack Vance's what's it called, Dying Earth stories, and it totally makes sense once you know that detail. I thought I'd try this new book from Image. I saw some art online which looked kind of cool. Other than that, I don't really know what it's about. Limbo. I don't know if it's going to be about Dead Hand Sam's. I don't know if it's going to be about music. I guess so. Comics about music, not something I have a good track record with. I did not get into what's that Kieran Gillen music comic? I never really clicked with me. The religious comic book of the week, God Damned, Before the Flood. So I guess it takes place sometime during Genesis, before the flood, presumably when humans are starting to behave themselves really badly and God is getting ready to smite them all down. So could be interesting. This issue was $3.99. It's a bit thick. Doesn't feel as thick as some of the crazy thick books we get from Image, but a generous dose of pages, I believe, and then it will go down to $3.50. So assuming I like it, it'll probably go on my pull list. And then I had a little bit of spare time, so I looked through the dollar pages of what's that? Huh, I don't even know what that drawing is of. The dollar boxes at my store, and I found, I think this is Sandman Overture number 6. Is it number 6? I had been waiting on Sandman to get the deluxe hardcover, but now that I've come to understand how bad DC deluxe hardcovers bindings are, why would I want the king of double-page spread layouts, J.H. Williams, why would I want to buy him in one of their extreme gutter loss hardbacks for a lot of money? So now I'm going to be collecting the back issues. So I was lucky enough to get this issue for 80 cents with my discount. I will hopefully find the other issues. At worst, I'll pay the price that they have them in their regular back issue box at my store is $4.25. So at worst, I'll pay $4.25 minus my discount for each issue, because I want to read it, and I want to read it all together. It would have been really nice to have it in a hardback, but yeah. Such is the horrors of DC Comics. And then I also found just this random issue of All-Star Section 8. I'm assuming I can enjoy this without having read the whole series. We'll see. That's an awfully fun cover there. I'd read the DCU preview of All-Star Section 8 and was not impressed, but I seem to hear some people enjoying it quite a bit, so I thought, yeah, for 80 cents I'll give it a try. And then this, I don't even know what the title of this is. Seeds Survival, maybe? What's intriguing is it's a landscape comic book by Scott Collins. Scott Collins is a pretty good artist. So, again, for very little money, I thought I'd give it a try. This is issue 1, I believe. I don't even know if it's still going or if it's already been canceled. But so that's my haul, and I'm putting up another comic book thoughts video today, and I will have more comic book thoughts videos coming up pretty soon. I still haven't finished all my comics from last week. I've only read a little bit of Monstrous, which looked amazing, or read amazingly, the few pages I read, but it was 66 pages, and so I decided to read other ones that are shorter, so I kind of saved the best for last and haven't even gotten to it yet, or potentially the best. So that issue, if you haven't picked it up yet, looks like an amazing deal. 66 actual story pages for $6. So I'll talk to you all again very soon.